All right, we're continuing the adventure again. Ranksk is still not here. He had a broken computer and is at Sudoku Con, and people have been filling in, as you well know if you have been following the series the last few days. So I am Scott. You might know me from my puzzles on the channel here. You might know me from my own channel, Scott Stroh Solves, or from my puzzles that I post over at witsendpuzzles.substack.com. You can check out all that stuff if you would like. You don't have to. But today I am looking at a puzzle called Scrabble F by Palfly Kampling, is I think how we're pronouncing that. Apologies if that is incorrect. But you will probably recognize, if you've been following the series as well, that F is the next one up because Palfly has been doing a whole series of puzzles, doing Scrabble A, Scrabble B, C, D, E. And now we're on to F. I don't know where it's going to end. I don't know. Maybe a Z. We'll see. I'm going to assume Z. But the rules for this specific puzzle, for the F puzzle, are normal Sudoku rules. So we're putting the digits 1 to 6 in each row, column, and 2x3 box with no repeats. We have parity lines. So the pink lines in the grid are parity lines. And digits along a parity line alternate between even and odd. So we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. We could also do 1, 2, 5 or 1, 6, 5, but we couldn't do 1, 6, 5, 3 because you have two odds in a row. And then digits can repeat on the line, obviously, since this is longer than 6 digits. And then we have ascending starters. So the clues outside the grid give the sum of the increasing digits starting at the clue, stopping before the decrease. So if we had, example is if we had a 9 clue, let's imagine the 7 was a 9 instead. We could do 1, 2, 6, 4, 3, 5. Because we start at the beginning and we, as long as we're ascending, we keep counting. So 1, 2, 6, oh, when you get to 4, it goes down. So 1, 2 plus 6 is a sum of 9. If you had 4, 3, 6, there we go. This would be 7. 1, 2, 4, and then it goes down. So that would be 7. So, all right. So with that, I think I'm ready to begin. So link in the description if you want to try this yourself. I'm going to reset the timer and give it a start right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight these, the every other, because we know that these are the same parity, the same odd or even. And so we've got 3 reds, which means this one down here is yellow. I don't know how helpful that's going to be, but I'm just going to do it anyways. And then I think the thing to look at, so here's something that you may already know, you may not, but the digits 1 to 6, we obviously put all of them in the row, in the column, in the box. If you do the math, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals 21. So I know this whole row is going to equal 21. This whole column is going to equal 21, etc. Box, if that's helpful. I don't know if it will be in this, but knowing that we're ascending to sum to 14, which is going to be, well, 3 or 4. The leftovers that aren't there have to be 7. Maybe the smaller ones is the place to look at. So, like the 6, this could be 1, 2, 3, right? Except it can't because, remember, we're summing while we're ascending, and then we have to descend to sort of stop the sum. Well, if we do 1, 2, 3, how are we going to descend? We've already used all the lower digits. So it can't do 1, 2, 3. It has to be 1, 5 or 2, 4. Or it could be a 6, couldn't it? Because if you did the 6, you'd be descending after that, no matter what you put in here. Okay, maybe the 7 is the better place to look. Because we don't have the same problem. We can't put a 7 in there. So you could do 1, 2, 4. No, you can't. I was going to say you could do because then you go down to the 3. But 2 and 4 are both even. And they have to be different parity. So you can't do 1, 2, 4. So it's got to be just 2 cells. So it's 1, 6, 2, 5, or 3, 4. Okay. So... Oh, no. Okay. I completely missed it. I saw it here, the 2, 4, they're the same parity. But look, 1, 5, 2, 4 are the same parity. If I do 2, 4, they're both even. If I do 1, 5, they're both odd. So this is just a 6. Okay, so this is not 6, this is not 1. And this has to be even, so it's 4 and 3. These are odd. This one's not. These are 1, 5. These are 2, 6. This is a 2. This is 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 2, 6. Okay, and then. Okay, so the 14. Let's look at the 14 now, maybe. Or the 11? Do we want to look at the 11? If we start with 4 here. Yeah, if we start with 4 here, we've got to ascend to get to 11. Well, we can't do 4, 7, because we can't put a 7 in a 6x6 Sudoku. So we've got to have 2 digits. But if we ascend from 4, we got to go 5, 6, which is already up to 15. So this has to be a 2, which means this is a 6. We can't do 2, 9. So again, it's 2. We're going to have to use the 6. So 2 and 6 is 8. This is going to have to be a 3. So that is our ascending, and then no matter what we put after the 6 is going to be descending, so we're good. Just like no matter what we put after the 6 here. Well here, the same thing. 3, 4, we're ascending. We've got to our 7. We've got to descend now, so we can't put a 5 there. So that's actually a 1. 5, those are not 5. Okay. These are 2 and 5. These are 1, 3, and 4. Now we know we have to ascend until we get to 14. Well, 1, 3, and 4 is 8. So these are going to have to be 1, 3, 4 in that order. And then we need 6 to get to the 14. You could also say we need 2 to go with the 5 to have 7 outside of it. And then these are going to be 1 and 5. What do we do? This is a 3 because the 3 is here. These are 2 and 6. And because of the 2 over there, we know the order. 6, 2. The 2 gives us 5 and 2. We have 5 and 6 up here, and we know the order because of the 6. The 5 is going to give us 3 and 1 and 3. And these are 1 and 4. And we have a 4 there. We need a 2 and a 5. And we know the order because of the 2. These are 1 and 6. And the 6 over there gives us the order. These are 4 and 5. The 4 will give us the order. And then the 1 and the 5 tell us the order of the 1, 5 there. And there we go. Very nice. That was Scrabble F by Palfly Kampling. Very nice puzzle. I've done all of the Scrabble puzzles, I think, at some point. I do a lot of testing for a lot of these puzzles for ranks as well. It's possible I've even tested this one before. I don't remember it. But there's a chance. I solved so many puzzles, I can't even remember which ones I've done at this point. But all of the Scrabble puzzles have been very interesting, and this one was no exception. So let me know what you've been thinking about the Scrabble puzzles and which letter is your favorite so far, maybe. And just in general, how your solve of this puzzle went. And of course, leave Ranks a kind comment below that you miss his solves and you hope that he's back soon. And someone, I don't know who, will be back soon with another adventure puzzle.